Hey, so check this out. Today we're going to be talking all about paying down your debt. And did you know how paying down your debt can save you tons of money? Check this out. We're going to talk about it in this video coming up. Stay tuned. Hey, it's Brad Nelson again with Balanced Sense Financial Coaching, bringing you more tips today to help you save money and pay off debt so that you too can melt away your financial stress and live a debt-free life. Hey, we are turning our focus to saving money, and every week we are going to be tackling a new way to save on things that you're already spending money on. And by taking action and doing some of the stuff that we're going to be talking about here in this series, you can build, say, your very first emergency fund. How cool would that be, by the way? Or once you're done with that, move on to pay off tons of debt. Now, the next tip that we're sharing is how to save tons of money by paying down your debts, especially high interest credit card. Now, I get it. This might be one of the more obvious ones of all, right? However, here's the thing. I can't tell you how many people I speak with on a regular basis or work with during one-on-one coaching calls, and these people want to get out of debt, but then they turn around and are still swiping credit cards and signing up for more loans. Here's the facts, straight up. You're never going to get out of debt if you continue to keep going into debt. Now, many people have got this personal finance stuff all wrong, and there are just too many people who are solely focused on, say, making more money instead of managing the money that they're already making. This approach will never work because the stuff that you're already blowing your money on will never be enough. Because you're going to get that raise, you'll get that bonus, and you'll just find ways to increase that lifestyle. That tight grip of debt will only get tighter. And it doesn't matter how much money you make, it matters how you manage the money you make. And I'm speaking from personal experience because I used to screw this up a lot too. That's why one of the best things that you can do to save more money and have success is to get rid of your debts as fast as you possibly can, which will allow you to keep more of your income to save and pay yourself first instead of paying everybody else. Plus, interest is an absolute killer. Check this out. NerdWallet.com reported that on average, people are spending $555 a month on interest alone. So it goes without saying, when you pay off your debt, the less interest you will be paying, the more of that money you will be keeping to benefit your own life, your own dreams, and your own future. So what's the best way to start paying off some of these debts? Well, number one, it's all about those behaviors and it's all about those habits. Many people make the mistake of focusing on just the math when getting out of debt, but math didn't put you in the situation you are in today because if we were doing math, many of us wouldn't really be in this position to begin with because the math is downright scary. So it's all about your behavior. Darren Hardy says, you will never change your life until you change something that you do daily. The secret to your success is found in your daily routine. And that statement is so true when it comes to managing your money. Your habits and your behaviors are the reason you're in debt. So once you start making better habits and better choices, only then will you see your finances begin to improve. Number two is you've got to have a plan. You will never be successful with paying off all your debts without a monthly budget. Now, many people know they need a budget, but how many of us are actually doing one consistently to reap the benefits of what a budget will do for you? According to CareerBuilder.com, only 32% of people right now have a working household budget. Your income is your number one tool to get out of debt and to change your life. And you've got to know how much money you've got coming in and how much money you've got going out. So you've got to make sure you've got a plan and you can't spend more money than you're making. Number three, the more money, the better. So let's talk about that income. And when you have a good plan in place, the more money you can give that plan, the better off you're going to be. Now, I know this sounds a little hypocritical because I said earlier the amount doesn't necessarily matter. And it won't, especially if you don't have a good plan and you're not working on those behavior changes. But once you have a budget, more money will give you more opportunities for faster success. So look for ways to decrease your expenses and look for ways to increase your income. This is where that sacrifice comes in. Keep in mind, this is short-term sacrifice. You don't have to sacrifice the rest of your life, nor do I want you to sacrifice the rest of your life, just for a short period of time until you can get completely out of debt. Number 4, I suggest using the debt snowball method. So when you start paying off your debt, list your debts smallest to largest by balance owed, and then pay them off in that order. You're going to work to pay off the smallest debt on your list first while making the minimum payments on all the other debts. Now, it's important to stay current during this process. So once that first debt is paid off, then you're going to work to pay off the next smallest debt on the list. Now, you're going to continue this process until all of your debt is completely paid off, all right? Now, I don't suggest you worry about your home in this situation, but everything else should go on this list. Now, this creates a ton of forward motion, and winning and getting results is fun. And the more results that you get, the more you're going to want to keep moving forward. So here's the thing, paying off your debt does take time, and it is hard work. Probably the hardest thing that I've ever done was to become debt-free. Changing your behavior and saying no isn't easy, and it can take my Roots members anywhere between 18 to 48 months to become completely debt-free, not including their home, by the way. But during that journey, they are saving more and more money every single month because the more they pay off, the less interest and payments they are paying to everybody else. So check this out. With just a few simple changes, changing that behavior, getting on a plan, working that budget, paying down that debt, and with just a little time, you could save yourself tons of money, freeing up cash to save up your first emergency fund, obviously start paying down those debts, or even start saving for your future. So go ahead, get started, and I can't wait to hear how much you start to save. Hey there, if you'd like to continue the conversation with other people who are working their way out of debt and saving, and you want to surround yourself with like-minded people, join us in our free Facebook group called Life Without Payments. We'd love to see you there. Click on the button below to join, and I can't wait to start talking to you here in our free group.